نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu and welcome to all of the sisters once again. I hope that you are in the best of your health and iman inshallah, and also that you're enjoying your lessons of preparation of Ramadan as well, right? They're really very helpful because Ramadan is just around the corner. So inshallah, may Allah Almighty, give us this tawfiq that we get to have the best of it, inshallah. As for our session, which is the fourth session of Qaida, inshallah, we are going to be covering the next 5 letters, inshallah. So we have already covered 15 letters, alhamdulillah. What are the 5 letters that we will do today? Inshallah, they will be in the sequence. So for today, we have picked these 5 letters, which are Sin, Sheen, Sad, Dad, and Ya letter. Ya. So as at the start of in the first session, I mentioned that there are 29 alphabets of Arabic, but you see these ya at the end. The two I have encircled them together. So this ya is sometimes written like this, and in some mushafs, like copies, it is written like this as well. So that is why you are not supposed to confuse these two. They are exactly the same in sound and in their name as well, right? So their name is ya. Okay, so inshallah we will cover these 5 ones, and you see all of these in front of you. This first letter we have picked for today is letter Sin. So today's session is going to be a bit easy, inshallah. Why? Because like almost 3 of the sounds we already know them from English, and one sound is the one your ears are already familiar with that as well. So we will have to just mostly focus on one sound, and that will need a bit of practice for you. So this first letter is Seen. Seen. So this letter, this is just like the letter of English, which is S. S, right? So the second letter is Sheen letter. Sheen. So again, this letter has an alternative in English, like not an exact alphabet in English, but I would just say is when you say the S and H sound, sh sound, sh. So this has the same sound, and we say Sheen. Sheen. And also, how do we write these letters? Let me write these for you as well. Okay. Seen, and this letter is Sheen, and with 3 dots on top of it, right? Seen and Sheen. So the next letter is Sod. Sod. What we will do is that we will make a difference between this Seen and Sod as well. Their names are different, right? This is called Seen and this is Sod. But when it comes to their sounds, their sounds can be a bit similar, but we will have to differentiate between them, okay? So this is letter Sod. How do we write this? Make something like this and then like this. Okay, the next letter is Dod. Dod. Okay, so how do we write this in the same manner? Just like this, right? And with a dot on top of it here, right? So for Arabic, obviously some letters, obviously so many of them, they look alike, and their difference that they have is only because of the letters or the numbers of the dot on the letters, right? So for this dad, we just have a dot on top of it. The next letter is ya. Ya letter. So how do we write this? Is like this with 2 dots. Sometimes, it is written without these 2 dots as well. The dots are here because when this letter comes, in the words, and this is joined with the words, you will only see these 2 dots written. right? So that is why these dots are here. And the last letter is, we write it like this as well when we're writing, or you can just make this as well. So this is the last alphabet. Let's look at their articulation points as well. So the first letter I mentioned is seen letter, right? So the seen letter, I mentioned that we are already familiar with this sound. And how are we familiar? Familiar is that, let's take the example of this word sip, sip, or soup, soup. You know, right at the start of these words, we have this, the sound of this seen letter, s sound, sip, soup, right? So this letter, this has this quality that there is, that air is removed from our mouth, and also there is this little whistle sound in it as well. Sa, sa. Okay, so let's take the Arabic words example, which is sa'ala, sa'ala, right? At the start is seen with a fatha on it, fatha symbol. So sa'ala. Okay, so the next word here is sam'ihim, sam'ihim, sa sound at the start, sam'ihim. Okay, so the next letter is sheen letter, sheen. This letter has the sound when we say like shoe, shoe, right? So this letter has a quality that air spreads in our mouth. When we say sheen, so the air, it like kind of spreads in our mouth and we hear this sound, right? Ashamsu, ashamsu. Again, you know what, you can just say the sound like this as well, ash or sh, just like this, but we need to make this intentional effort to spread the air as well. Why? Because these qualities of letters make them sound beautiful. So we will intentionally make this sound and say ashamsu. We will give this a bit of time, right? Ashamsu. And the next example, shajaratun, sha, shajaratun. Okay, so we are already familiar with these sounds. Let's move on to the next one. So this letter is Sod, Sod. Okay, so let's see the example for it first of all. As I mentioned earlier as well, that this sound is not exactly the S sound that we are making, right? It is not exactly the S sound at the start. This sound was for the letter seen, right? For this sod, this is a heavy sound. I have mentioned here as well that the seen letter is a light letter. The sod letter is a heavy letter. We will inshallah see afterwards as well that what is the difference between these heavy letters and light letters. We will do that as well. But for now, you just remember that this seen is a light letter, which means that you know the air, it all of that is removed from your mouth, and your mouth feels empty when you are saying seen, seen. For example, when we say see, sip, so our mouth is just empty in a way that air is just coming out of our mouth when we are pronouncing this letter. But for this for the letter, right, or like not all of the air is removed from our mouth, but rather some of that is in our mouth as well, and we raise the back part of our tongue to make this letter heavy. For this, our tongue is just in a very natural position when we say seen. It's just, kind of in a natural way. But for sod, you will feel that the back part of your tongue is raised a bit to make this sound heavy. And we say sod. Also, what you need to remember is that for this sod letter, you are not supposed to shape your lips round to make it heavy. You are not supposed to say a swa, right? No, not this O kind of sound, not shaping your lips round. We do not say swad. That is not the correct pronunciation, okay? We say swa. You will hear the S-A-A kind of sound, swa, with heavy saw and then a sound, swa, swad, not swad, swad, okay? Not shaping your lips round. Okay, So we will make this heavy. Let's see that how you are already familiar with this sound, right? Because there isn't any alternative letter, but we have a sound that we have heard before. Let's take the example of this word saw. I saw that. When we say like saw, that is, kind of similar sound. Saw. And, for this saw, we can make this letter as heavy as we can, right? Because this is a heavy letter. So when we are saying saw, we will make this a bit heavy. Saw. Also, in this word muscular, muscular. So in this if we make that, a bit heavy, the the S kind of sound, mus, is a heavy S, right? So that is the sound of this letter, sod, muscular, right? And let's see the example from Arabic, صدقة, صدى, saw. At the start, we say saw, saw. I am not saying sta, sta. My mouth is not empty, just the way we make in scene. My mouth is like saw, right? And also, this is a heavy letter, so our mouth will feel full for this. And we say صدقة, صدقة. Okay, so the next example is الصابرين. الصابرين. Like the sound is for. الصا. This is not like the sound asa. Sa. This is not sa. This is for. الصابرين. Okay, so I hope that you got the point that whenever this letter comes, you just say this in a natural way. The scene, C sound, sa sound, right? For this letter, you will try to make this heavy, then this scene. When you will make this heavy, when you will try this, when you will put this intentional effort, that is how you will get the sound of this letter. Okay, so the next letter is ضاد. ضاد. Okay, so this letter, this is like a letter, the sound of it, which is like very, very new. This sound does not exist in, I guess, in any other language. According to like what I have heard from languages. So this sound is very new sound. For some of you, this might be very, very like alien sound, you can say. So the letter is articulated when we take like the sides of our back part of the tongue, right? So first, just imagine what we will do, right? What we will do is that we will take the sides of of back of our tongue. Or what you can do is that for some people it is easy that they take just the one side of the back part of the tongue, right? It is your choice what is convenient to you. So take both sides of the back part of the tongue or just one side of the back part of the tongue and you touch that to the upper molar wisdom teeth, right? So for that, obviously, you will have to put an effort to raise the back part of your tongue, first of all. So that is, the task that you will have to do. You will have to raise the back part of your tongue, and specifically the sides will touch the molars, like upper molar and wisdom teeth. And we make this sound like vo, vod, vod, right? So again, in this, the way I've written this in English, at the start I have put a D, but that is not the D sound, okay? This is not a D sound at all. And this is not the sound that we did in the dal letter, right? This is a different sound. This is a completely different sound with regards to the articulation as well as the sound. So we will say a bo, bod. The name of the letter is bo, bo. I hope that you can hear because when I listen to the recording sometimes I feel that certain things are not that clear. Maybe this is because of the, something related to Zoom, but sometimes the sounds are not that clear. So I hope that for this letter you are hearing the correct sound that I'm making. This is bod. That is why I keep on repeating the sounds. Okay, let's take the example from obviously Arabic, which is ضرب. ض, ra, ba, ضرب, ض. At the start, we have this letter with a fatha on top of it. So we say ض, ضرب. Okay, so the next example I have, I just took this example from Al-Fatiha. So Al-Fatiha at the end when we say وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ, right? So in that we see this ضاد letter and we say it like وَلَا الضَّ, ضَ, وَلَا الضَّ. So what happens that this you need to remember that this is the heaviest letter in Arabic, the heaviest letter, and to make the letters heavy we work for at the back part of our tongue. What do? We raise that part as much as we can. So again, for this letter, if the sides of the back part of the tongue, they will not touch the upper molar wisdom teeth with strength, with some effort, then this dod sound will not come exactly. Otherwise this dod will become dal sound, the letter that we have already done, right? This the dal sound, that sound is a bit light sound, right? So you are supposed to make the sound as heavy as you can so that the sound does not become like d sound or dal sound or za sound. We do not say wala wala dha as well. We do not say wala da as well, and we do not say wala any other way. Wala dha. These are not the correct ways. Okay, the only sound is of dha. ولا الضالين. Okay, so that is the way you do it. Inshallah, we will be practicing this in the next sessions as well. So let's move on to the next letter for now, because right now we are mainly focusing on the names of the letters, right? Only the names of the letters and a little bit on their sounds as well. So the sounds, they are mostly practiced when they have like symbols on them. These fatha, dhamma, kasra, or some other symbols as well there are. So we will practice the sounds when with those words and symbols. But for now, you need to just remember the names of the letters for now. So the next letter is ya, ya. This letters, you're already familiar with this letter. This is like the Y of English, right? So when we say like yellow, yellow, right? Yellow. So in English we do not say the starting Y with strength, but I just made this because I had this Arabic in my mind. So I just wanted to say that for this Arabic, this ya is very like it has like a more prominent sound to it. For yellow, we just say yellow as well. Yellow, very simple, very light sound at the start. And we can say yard, very simple, very softly, right? But for Arabic, we just say like iyaka. If you see this example here, iyaka, iya, ya sound. We say that with bit of more clarity. So how do we articulate the sound? Is that we take the middle portion of our tongue and we raise it towards the palate, and like very little of it touches on the palate as well, but mostly we just try to raise that that middle part of the tongue, and we say iyaka in this example, right? Iyaka. And also for this letter, you need to just remember this thing that we do not say this like ja, ja, right? So somebody's pen is working, I think. So kindly avoid, writing on the screen, inshallah. So this letter is ya, as I was mentioning. For this letter, what do? We do not make our teeth come closer and make this zh sound, right? When our teeth will come closer and they will make this, what do I call this sound? Like this, the buzz is produced, and we say zh. This sound should be avoided at all costs because the sound of the ya is like ya, just ya. This is not ja, ja. Our teeth will not, do anything with the sound. Only the middle part of the tongue will work for this. Okay, so I hope that these sounds are a bit clear to you. Let me just say these one more time. This is letter seen, seen, and it makes a sound like sa'ala, sa'ala. We are intentionally making the whistle sound in this. Sa, Sa'ala. The next letter is sheen letter. Sheen. For this letter, the air spreads in our mouth and we say like ash-shamsu, ash-shamsu. Okay, so the next letter is sad, sad, right? And we say it like sadaqah, sadaqah. Okay, so the next letter is ضاد, ضا, ضاد. And we say it like ضرب, ضا, ضرب. Okay, so the next letter is ya, ya. And we say it like يعمل or إياك, يعمل or ya at the start, يعمل and إياك, إياك. Okay, I hope that these were, not that difficult for you, inshallah. And let's do these letters with fatha, dhamma, and kasra symbol as well. So we did letter sin, and when this letter has a fatha on top of it, we say sa, sa. When this has a kasra below it, we say si, and with dhamma we say su, sa, si, su. And I mentioned that when these three symbols come, we just make the sound for like 1 to 2 seconds, not more than that. Neither less, not we just don't say sa, not that small, and we do not say sa, si, su. We do not say it like this as well, right? So this is like just 1 or 2 seconds, and we say sa, si, su, sa, si, su, right? So let's do the next ones. We did sha, she, shu, sha, she, shu. Okay, so the next is fo, fo, fui, fu. This is not sa, si, su. That was seen. This is fo, heavy, fo, fui, fu. Also, I said that when we make the letters heavy, we do not shape our lips round to do that. Rather, we raise the back part of our tongue. We try to raise that back part of the tongue. And we say saw. So when I am saying saw, my lips are not round to do that. My lips are in a natural position. They are natural. And I'm just saying saw. Everything is just going on in the mouth. And I'm saying saw, saw, sli, fu. Right, for this dhamma we will make obviously lips round because of the dhamma. The sound of the dhamma is like short vowel sound of oo. So we say fu, swa, sli, fu. Okay, so this is dha, dha, di, du, dha, di, du. And I mentioned that the back part of the tongue would just touch the side of the back part of the tongue will touch the upper molar wisdom teeth, and that will happen with strength. Otherwise, the heavy thought will not come. So we say ba, bu, li. Sorry, I just said ba, bu, li. This is ba, li, bu. Okay, I hope that you have got today's lesson, inshallah, and. Again, you are supposed to practice these next 5 letters as well. And if you have anything to ask, you can, inshallah, now. And also, with regards to the previous letters as well, if you have any query with regards to them, you can ask that as well, inshallah. We are like I'm trying to move a bit slowly, okay? So if again, I mention again and again, if you find that we are moving a bit fast, you can tell as well. So also, we will be, moving a bit fast after certain sessions that we cover because these are basics, and when we will do the practice with words, then we will inshallah try to cover a bit more. So if you have anything to ask from the previous lessons, you can, and then inshallah we can finish the class as well.